Good morning, All Souls Community Church. It's Monday, March 30th. And I come to you this morning with a couple of requests, actually. The first is, in general, that you would join me this week in a week of prayer. A week of prayer, because this is the week, as our president has said, and as all of our local officials are talking about, this week and next are going to be some tough ones for us. So I'm asking you to join me in prayer. And not just in general, prayer in general, not just some sort of empty ritual that maybe some of you are used to, or those of you who are listening in have thought, I want nothing to do with prayer. You can save your prayers. I've seen some of those comments on social media. And if that's who you are, I just want to encourage you this morning that perhaps you've never actually understood what prayer is, and therefore you've only ever known it as empty. This morning I'm asking for all of us to actually join in praying for a specific person. Her name is Manal, and she is right now on a respirator fighting for her life. She needs all the prayer she can get. Because you see, our God is the God who answers prayer. He says, we have not because we ask not. And so ask. And yet, even as we ask, what he's calling us into is relationship. And this is what I'm getting at with this idea of maybe you don't understand what prayer is. For God's not a genie in a bottle. He's not a machine you put a quarter into and you pull the slot and the candy comes out. God is a person, a divine person who wants to have relationship with us, which is why King David in the Psalms could write a psalm like Psalm 27, when he's actually being attacked all around him by enemies. And he can say, even though an army encamp around me, this is the one thing that I ask for, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life and gaze upon his beauty. When I first read that psalm, it would make me angry because I'm like, that sounds like empty religion. It sounds like fluff. It sounds ridiculous. An army encamps around me. I'm under attack. And the one thing that I asked is that I might dwell in the house of the Lord and gaze upon his beauty. What does that even mean? And I didn't know until about 7 years ago, when I was at one of my lowest places and under attack. And that's when God came and met me differently than I'd ever met him before. That's when I realized that prayer was not simply about me getting from God the things that I think I need or that I want or that I am desperate for. But prayer was about me getting God. About God drawing near to me as I draw near to him with my whole heart and finding that he's real, that he's alive, and that if he's with me, he is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? He is the stronghold of my life. Of what shall I be afraid? And the answer is nothing. Because when you know the one who holds the universe together, when you know the one who made us from the beginning to be with him, and who promises in the end that we will always be with him, when we learn to be with him now, everything else changes. Everything. That's why Jesus came. That's why God put on our skin, was so that he could break into this life now. Emmanuel, God with us, and be with us, so that our prayer could be all about rebuilding this relationship that we had once lost, but that God came to remake with us. My friends, today I'm asking you to join me in prayer because we have hurting, sick, dying friends around us. And what we need is a God who can make even that, can dive into even that situation and bring life and hope and even joy. So will you pray for Manal with me this morning, that Jesus, the God of life, would draw near to her? Would you pray for all who are sick? Would you pray for one another? Would you pray for me, even as I pray for you, that we will know this God and there find hope that never leaves, love that's better than life itself? Beloved, God's called us into a relationship. We taste and see some of that. We believe it. As we pray this week, we're going to lean in hard. Will you join me? I hope so. Have a great day.